Yeah, I'm Paul Archer, that's paularcher.com. Out and about in the Gloucestershire countryside, enjoying a lovely Saturday afternoon walk, and the Gloucester Old spot is that way. It's only about half an hour away, so I'm going to look forward to a pint of cider down there. Anyway, comes to mind here that I've been observing the fields all around me, and I've been walking with the dogs through the fields, and there's no animals out. No animals. There's no sheep, there's no cows, there's no horses. Very, very few animals out and about. Why? Well, it is January the 10th. Naturally, it's winter, it's cold. But the fields are muddy as well, and the grass isn't growing. So they're all in their sheds eating hay and other kind of feed as well, silage and whatnot. Now, we know about hay and silage. It's made by the farmers in the summer and used to feed the animals in the winter, because in the summer there's plentiful and in the winter there's not much. Now that's obvious, of course it is. Now last year in October I turned 50. I know I don't look it, but thank you for saying that. No, I do actually. I turned 50, and the next 10 years I'm looking forward to. The reason for that is because my business is going well and the family are all healthy at the moment, of course, and that's good news. And we're out of a recession now. We're into kind of a boom time coming up for the next 10 years. But the message really for this video is that the boom time is upon us for 10 years, maybe slightly less, but there will be another recession. There will be. It's guaranteed. It happens all the time for hundreds of years since the Industrial Revolution. It's not going to change just because of that. So we need to prepare, and here's a few tips to help you prepare. Now, if you are a small business owner like myself, then you may want to build up some capital, a bit like the hay in the summer thing, isn't it? You might want to build up some capital where you can feed off when it comes to the next recession, when business starts to fall down on, and that's a good thing to have as well, isn't it? Other things you can think about doing: give yourself some growth plans. Yeah, now maybe, but plan your growth for the next recession. Might seem a bit of an oxymoron really, but I know of a client of mine who bought a repossessed property, a commercial property, a repossessed for a song. And you can buy things, people are cheap, property is cheap, assets are cheap during a recession. So expand during the recession, and then when you come out of it, then you can start to grab your market share. So there's a little tip there for you as well, isn't it? Other things, develop in the next 5 to 10 years some sort of product or service that's recession proof. That's a really good tip, isn't it? A client of mine, he and I were both in the financial services industry primarily, and there's a regulator you probably know about, and my client friend, he follows the regulator, and therefore he develops training and coaching models and programs which teach people things that the regulator requires. Now if you think about it, it's very clever, because the regulator makes a requirement and firms have to adhere to it whether they're in a recession or not. They have to do it. I think that's rather clever, isn't it? Fourth and final tip for you before I get to going, because Florence is crying again. She wants to get going. She wants the old spot as well. Is technology. Get better and better and better in the next 5 to 10 years at technology, because in 10 years time technology is totally going to dominate everything, particularly some industries that have not really been affected yet by technology. Financial services, for example, is one of them. No, it hasn't yet been affected totally by the internet. It will be. So get better and better at it the next 5-10 years as you develop yourself. So there's a few tips for you. I'm looking forward to the next 10 years and beyond, of course. I'm very excited about the opportunities for myself, my clients, my family. They're all growing up now, going to university and that kind of stuff as well. And I've got 2 gorgeous dogs here, are desperate to get going, and I'm beckoning for the Gloucester Old spot. Lovely pub, by the way, just outside of Cheltenham. Speak to you soon. Paul Archer, paularcher.com. Bye.